Hi there Booktube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm going to tell you my TBR for the Bookbuddyathon Winter Bingo. If you haven't seen my announcement video, then you can check it out, I'll link it up above. But we're running a month-long readathon of such bingo board challenge for the month of December for Bookbuddyathon, which is a readathon that I've been running for quite a few years now. And the sort of main crux of Bookbuddyathon is to join people up together, to make new friends, to read with buddies. So I'm going to talk you through the books that I've got and the books that I'm going to be reading, and yeah, so let's go into it. So the middle square on this is your buddy read, and myself and Tracey have discussed, hold on, let me get the book, and I think this is the only book that's going to be on my TBR that actually is not Christmas related, although it does have, you know, Christmas words in the title, sort of. Well, a Christmas colour. Anyway, we looked at books that both of us owned that we wanted to read soon, and one that came up for both of us was Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is a book that I don't think needs any introduction here on BookTube. Everybody loves this book. It's a romance. It's a male-male romance between, is it the President of the United States' son and the Prince of England, I think. It's a love-hate. I've heard amazing things. I haven't heard one bad thing actually, so this is going to be our buddy read. For a book that has Christmas or winter in the title, I'm going for this one, which is non-fiction. It's called The 12 Birds of Christmas by Stephen Moss, and it's one that I'm really excited about. I was looking for some Christmassy books this year. This is a new release and it just sounds right up my street. Basically, Stephen Moss has taken the 12 Days of Christmas song, carol, and he's looking at the birds within it. So he's telling the story of 12 fascinating British birds, from the partridge to the turtle dove, the woodpecker and the nightjar, weaving history, culture, bird behaviour and folklore into a compelling narrative for each species. Yeah, it sounds really interesting and ties in Christmas and birds and nature and non-fiction, all of things. Tick, 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 tick. So this is my pick for that one. For my pick for snow on the cover, I've gone for The Red Bird Christmas by Fanny Flagg. Fanny Flagg wrote Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, which I really enjoyed. I meant to read this last year, maybe even the year before, and I didn't get to it. It's got snow on the cover and it just sounds like a really nice story. From what I can gather, it's sort of a story of a small town and its inhabitants, and it says here, the story is told simply and the characters, Oswald and Patsy in particular, are sympathetic without being sentimental. A delightful engaging book which will charm readers, especially during the Christmas season. Set in Alabama during the Christmas season, and I think this is going to be brilliant. Okay, no one push the down thumbs arrow for this, but the book that I meant to read last Christmas was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the illustrated edition. I love Harry Potter like most bookworms, but I have had the illustrated editions for quite a long time. Every year they come out, I've been collecting them, but I haven't gone and started reading them yet, so I am going to rectify that, and this year I'm going to read the illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I meant to read it last year and I didn't, and this year I'm going to correct that. The book that I'm reading for red or green on the cover is really red with a bit of green on it, so it's perfect. It's not come yet because it's not quite released at the time I'm filming this, but it's called Build Your Own Christmas Movie Romance. Pick your plot, meet your man and create the holiday love story of a lifetime. And this is by Rianne Conk. I'll put a picture up on the screen now, but this sounds so much fun. Let me read you the synopsis. When I read this, I was just like, yes, please. It says, slip on your favourite Christmas sweater, cozy up to a crackling fire, sip some spiced eggnog and prepare to experience the ultimate holiday love story. But instead of watching it on some cheesy cable channel, which I mean, I'm addicted to these cheesy stories, open this book and put yourself in the director's chair. First, decide your heroine's problem. Was she just fired from her big city business job, avoiding going home for Christmas, or did she realise the man who proposed to her maybe isn't Mr. Right? Then it's time to meet the man, should your heroine end up with a big city business exec, the small town hunk, or somebody totally unexpected. Each choice will take you down a totally different path that all somehow end up making for perfect made-for-TV romance. Will your Christmas activity montage include baking cookies, walking through a holiday festival, or skating on a picturesque frozen lake? Will you choose to include a generically bearded old man who perhaps may be Santa Claus? Choice by hilarious choice, you'll make your way closer and closer to the big payoff, the picture perfect, most romantic, final ever kiss. And when you've savoured the last bit of snowy romantic goodness, don't be glum, turn back to page 1 and start a new love story with hundreds of possible stories. The happily ever afters never stop coming. So I think maybe if I enjoy this, I'll make it a Christmas tradition to create myself a new Christmas movie story of my own. I can't wait for this to arrive and to talk to you all about it a bit more. So yeah, watch the space for my vlogs or my videos during the month of December to find out a bit more about that one. I feel like last Christmas was dominated by one children's book, and this time there is a sequel, and I'm definitely reading it as my children's book pick for this, and that is The Christmasaurus and the Winter Witch by Tom Fletcher. Last year, especially in my house, as I say, Christmasaurus dominated. We went to see the stage show, we sung the music all Christmas long. I read the book. This year I may even read the book to Matilda over December. I'm very excited. I think she's at an age now where she'd really enjoy that, and so I can't wait for this next instalment. This is bound to be a really fun, fast adventure. There is all of the amazing illustrations that you would expect from a Tom Fletcher book, and I just can't wait to get stuck into this magic. For a 2019 release, I have also gone for non-fiction. I'm trying to get more non-fiction in there, and I've picked up Last Christmas by, well, it's curated and introduced by Greg Wise and Emma Thompson, but it includes essays and writings from so many different people, including Graham Norton, Stephen Fry, Meryl Streep, Bill Bailey, Caitlin Moran, Olivia Colman, Amelia Clark, loads. And a portion of this book is going to 25p from this book will be paid to Crisis and the Refugee Council, which I think is amazing. It says this book is a gathering of voices, some you'll have heard before, some you won't, of actors, comedians, people who have been homeless, and refugees, charity workers, and even a vicar and a beautician, not the same person, from all corners of the world. They've written their personal memories of past Christmases and hopes for future ones. The result is a collection of remarkable stories which remind us that we are all essentially the same. No matter who we are or where we find ourselves, we share the same dreams and we have the same desires. We want, even more than traditional presents, the giving and receiving of care and hope and love. And I think that's a really important message to remember at Christmas, when there is this sort of commercial aspect to it, and especially if you've got children, you'll know that that can sometimes dominate their thoughts as well as your own, buying all the presents, getting things sorted, and I think this will hopefully bring us back, or bring me back, to the spirit of Christmas. Now for gifted, I don't know. Tracey is going to be gifting me the book literally the last day of the month. So I can't tell you what my gifted one is yet, so that will have to be a surprise for both you and me nearer the time. But the other prompt that I need to fulfill if I want to complete the whole bingo board is the one with family at a centre. And I did want to pick something that was still Christmassy, so I've gone for this one. I can't tell if it's totally family at the centre, but I'm gonna wangle it. It's my readathon. I'm gonna make it fit. And I've picked up Frost Heart by Jamie Littler. I picked this up ages ago. It was on my most anticipated releases of the year, and what better time to read it? It's this cold Christmassy style. And the reason I put it into this category with family at the centre is because it's about a boy searching for his missing parents, so that sort of family aspect. It says he's far out in the cold part of the monster-infested snow sea. Ash is waiting for his missing parents, just with his Yeti for company, and then an accident reveals he has these magical powers, and he's whisked aboard the Frost Heart, an explorer sleigh with a daring crew who need his help. And I think he's going to go on some sort of adventure, perhaps to relocate, or to locate I should say, his parents, and I can't wait. This just looks amazing. Again, what I love with the sort of Christmassy children's books, it's also got illustrations, and yeah, it's fingers crossed it's going to give me those magical feels. So that's all the books that I'm going to be reading in December for the bingo, and I will come back to you throughout the month and let you know how I'm getting on, and maybe do a bit of vlogging. And I really hope that you're all excited if you're taking part, and that you found buddies and you've joined up with people and you're going to get into the Christmas spirit and just enjoy yourselves. So yes, I shall speak to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.